You know, Pete and I are planning our summer RV trip, but we are sticking to a strict budget. Meals are one way that I can easily control food costs. I want to be frugal, but not cheap. One of my favorite ways to do that is to stretch an expensive ingredient like meat with an inexpensive ingredient like pasta. You know we are big boondockers, so I create recipes that are boondocking friendly. That means conserving water is always a top priority for us. So these recipes don't require a separate pot of boiling water. The pasta, it cooks right in the dish. My 10 dinner ideas are easy, delicious, and they're affordable. I will leave a link in the description below where you can find all of these recipes in one place, and they're printable too. So here we go. Number 1 is Cajun chicken one-pot pasta. I love grilling or smoking big batches of chicken breasts and freezing individual pieces so I can quickly defrost them for recipes like this. It only takes 5 minutes to prep this simple dinner. Here I'm making it in a Dutch oven over a campfire, but you can use a camp stove or an RV stovetop too. The pasta gets extra flavor as it cooks in the chicken broth mixture. This is a great one-pot meal. If you want to add a fresh veggie, just serve a simple salad on the side. Number 2, Dutch oven chili mac. Who doesn't love eating chili at the campsite? This is another meal that is a super quick meal to prep. There is instant flavor being added by using 2 canned ingredients. One is fire roasted tomatoes and the other is green chili peppers. Number 3 is a pesto tortellini freezer bake. I absolutely love freezer meals. Batching is so time efficient for prepping and cleaning when you do it at home. This also helps me conserve water when we're boondocking. Just make sure you plan to have enough time at camp to let the meal defrost before cooking. I like taking these out of the freezer a few days before we're actually going to eat so it can slowly defrost in the refrigerator. Number 4 is one-pot spaghetti. From start to finish, this is about a 30-minute meal. It's even faster if you skip the sausage and make it meatless. Skipping the sausage makes it cheaper too. I like jazzing up the jarred sauce with fresh basil and fresh Parmesan cheese. Number 5, Instant Pot chicken fajita pasta. So many RVers cook with Instant Pots. They are so versatile because they can be used to cook fast, under pressure, or slow, without pressure. Even though it's typically an indoor appliance, I like to use mine outside when the weather's good. If you do that, just remember that these appliances are not designed to be used with an extension cord. When I use mine outside, I place it on a little table that is set directly next to an exterior outlet on the living side of the trailer. Number 6 is Dutch oven beef stroganoff. Flat iron steak is one of my favorite ingredients for beef recipes because it's more affordable than other cuts. As long as you cut it into thin strips against the grain, it is super tender. I like making this recipe over a campfire, but it's a great option to make inside your RV as well, especially if you don't want to deal with bad weather outside. Number 7 is a pesto ricotta pasta bake. If you like recipe hacks, this is one that you're going to need to try. I call this the lazy man's lasagna because it is so easy. This recipe starts with frying. Then you layer ingredients and finish it by baking until it's all bubbly. Number 8 is Campfire goulash. It makes me so happy when I get comments from people who have tried my recipes. I really appreciate it if they tell me something was confusing or it didn't turn out well. That way I can rewrite the recipe so it's more clear. It's even more fun when I hear how much someone loves it, like the comment I received from Chef Ryan. He said, "Great recipe, perfect proportions, reminds me of my mom's goulash, love it." Thanks, Chef Ryan, I really appreciate the comment. Number 9 is a garlicky shrimp Alfredo bake. When you are serving a really expensive ingredient as a main course, it can be so hard to stay on a budget. Here, I am using shrimp, but I'm only using 1 pound to feed 6 people. Part of the reason this recipe is so delicious is the homemade Alfredo sauce. But homemade doesn't have to be difficult. You won't believe how easy it is to make this almost gourmet meal. Number 10 is a creamy chicken pasta in white sauce with garlic and sun-dried tomatoes. In this recipe, I'm using pre-cooked chicken, which is a real time saver at the campsite. It was especially important when I shot this video because we were camping in the winter and a storm was moving in. Thankfully, I finished cooking before the snow got really heavy. Adding pasta to your meals is just one way to stretch $1. Check out my playlist. It's all about budget-friendly RV camping. I'll leave a link for that in the description below. And let me know, what's your favorite meal when you are trying to stretch $1? Leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. And I'll talk to you again soon.